The last thing you want to hear when you need your auto insurance most is a robot with countless irrelevant menu options. Which is why with USAA Auto Insurance, you'll get great service that is easy and reliable, all at the touch of a button. Get a quote today. Restrictions apply.
It's time for basketball, and Uber Eats is dropping deals on game day favorites to keep you locked in on the action. Like when you're craving a buzzer beater, but also buffalo wings. Or when an upset makes you want to ugly cry into a pizza. And right now, Uber Eats has game day deals from Burger King, Buffalo Wild Wings, KFC, and hundreds more local favorites. So you can keep your eyes on the ball and your hands on a burger. Order now, only on Uber Eats. Product availability varies by region. See app for details.
Hey everybody, it's Lucas, and this is Thanks for Playing, the podcast where we break down the most iconic video games the world has to offer. And today, I'm looking at an instant reaction of the Nintendo Switch 2 announcements from today. That's right, it's April 2nd. This is a little bonus episode I wanted to do for you guys. The Discord was really seriously popping off basically the entire day. Somehow it turned into a I don't like Nintendo situation inside of the Discord channel, but it often does, which is totally fine for some of our Discord people. But look, guys, I'm so hyped about Nintendo Switch 2. This whole entire Nintendo Direct from this morning, I was up at 6 a.m. Pacific time watching this all unfold, and real banger to just open it up with the Mario Kart World announcement. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about the hardware stuff that's available on Switch 2, a lot of the really awesome stuff that they have to offer. We're going to talk a little bit about that game chat feature, and this is all instant, guys. I think we have a lot of things to digest over the next few months. And also, just the craziest thing, just the release date in June, which is right around the corner. Pretty insane what we're getting here in the coming months. June is looking like a pretty stacked month with a bunch of really awesome games. We also did get a surprise Hollow Knight semi-confirm for 2005. I'd call it like a kind of a soft confirmed teaser situation. Insane. So I'm just going to go down the line of everything that was shown off in this Switch 2 Direct. First off, the new Mario Kart game looks amazing. I saw the trailer, first thing that you see. Really, really sick. Pretty much liked everything about the game, especially the 24 player races that are going to be occurring. I think that's pretty ambitious and really fun. Looks like they're managing to, they're going to be taking the game to the next level with new ways to move, new ways to grind, different paths to take, new items. And it seems to be a really interesting world design going on here with all the tracks existing in one continuous world. And in the Grand Prix, kind of the regular mode that everyone's used to playing in Mario Kart, each level that you play, you will be going between each racetrack and going along from a racetrack A to racetrack B, C, and D in one continuous line, which I think is really, really cool. And then the new game mode that they're adding, which I find really, really cool, is the Knockout game mode, Knockout Tour, where you go from one edge of the map to the other edge of the map. And it's like a battle royale where if you don't hit a checkpoint within within a certain placement, then you're cut out and you have to watch your friend win. I think that's a really cool mode. I think it'd be really fun with 8 players. It'd be really fun to see a top 2 finish with one of those game modes. So we'll kind of see how that goes. And there's a free roam mode. I think this is a really cool direction to take Mario Kart. I did not think that they'd be able to top what they did with Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, with everything that's been going on with the Switch, all the stages. But man, they managed to kind of create a new and interesting way to play the game, new modes, and sort of a new mindset about the whole series. So super sick there. I want to dive mostly into the hardware because I think there's a lot going on here, right? First off, the Nintendo Switch is bigger. The Nintendo Switch is stronger. The Nintendo Switch is faster. It has more storage. It has a built-in mic. It's compatible with a Nintendo Switch camera, which I you can't believe is real. It's insane. The Joy-Cons are bigger. The Joy-Cons are magnetic now. And I think the easiest way to kind of describe it is, like I said, everything's just bigger and better about the Switch 2. It's wider. It's larger. Sorry, it's larger, but it's not thicker. So a bigger screen, same thickness. That's like kind of what opens up the actual start of the hardware portion of the Switch Direct. So it's sitting at a 7.9 inches screen. So it's probably about 25 to 30% bigger than the current Switch. Since it is bigger, it is no longer running on 720p, but it's actually going 1080p in handheld mode. So just finally getting that handheld mode to 2025, or really like basically 2016. Apparently, you're able to get up to 120 FPS as well in handheld mode, and it's HDR. It has HDR, so it has just really great highs and lows when it comes to the color. The new Joy-Con attaches magnetically, which I think is really sick. I'm all about it. I'm pretty much about all of the hardware upgrades. I think this looks like a sturdier console. It also has 2 USB-C ports, one on the top and one on the bottom. So it's going to be good for charging in like a handheld mode. It's just going to be like a little bit better for that. And then the Joy-Con side buttons, the shoulder buttons when you're holding the Joy-Con in handheld mode, those are going to be like a little bit bigger. And the Joy-Cons, they were so small on Switch, so just having them be a little bit bigger is a big deal, and I really, really like what I'm seeing here. They also apparently have 3D audio capabilities when you're using headphones, which I think is really cool. PlayStation 5 has that capability, and I think it's amazing. And the new kickstand is a huge upgrade where you could actually angle the kickstand at different angles. And let's be honest, the Switch 1 kickstand was ass, so it's really cool to see that this is just a whole lot better in every way. It has 8 times more storage than Switch 1. So Switch 1, 32 gigabytes of internal storage built in, plus the SD card that you can put in. Now the Switch, internally, the Switch 2 is going to have 256 gigabytes of storage, which is a ton, and it can have a micro SD card as well, although it has to be a specific compatible micro SD. So that's really cool. The dock, the new dock, has built-in 4K support when you're using the dock, and the dock has a fan built into it, which is brand new, that's going to help stabilize performance and obviously just do better for the Switch. So yeah, literally everything we were asking for the Switch 2. It's bigger, it's faster, it's got more storage, it's got 4K, it's got a better dock, it's got better Joy-Cons. It's even got some like really kind of features that we didn't expect. Like it's got two ports on the top and the bottom. It's got a built-in mic. It has the kickstand has like different angles that you can use for it. And I think we were all anticipating HDR support, but I think we got some HDR support, so big deal there. And I really like the magnetized Joy-Cons. I think that's going to be a massive improvement. And they were showing off that each Joy-Con actually has mouse control capability. The Joy-Cons can be used as a mouse, but they're also showing off that it could actually work. This is really cool because one of the rumors was that the Joy-Con could be used as a mouse. How would they use it? You have to see the video, but you can, when you're using the Joy-Con as a mouse, you could angle it at different angles, and that actually can affect a little bit of the gameplay that might occur with this particular peripheral, which you can't really do with any mouse that you would use on like a computer. So I do find this pretty interesting. I'm not quite sure how it's going to be used. It's one of those things where Nintendo's going to build it and people will develop, and we'll see how it all goes, right? They're also launching a Nintendo Switch 2 Pro controller, which looks pretty nice. And yeah, I think the hardware is just great. The game chat feature that they're talking through is really interesting. It's basically the ability to have we finally could have game chat on a Nintendo console that seems to be pretty stable and good. It's got sort of a Zoom feel to it, And you can play with your friends. The Switch, and when you're playing it in docked mode, apparently the microphone will just simply be able to pick up your voice, and it has noise canceling technology. So if someone is being loud in the background, the mic will still be able to pick you up from the Switch dock, which I think is kind of cool. You could also stream gameplay to your friends inside of the game chat. And the new big thing is there's going to be a Switch 2 camera, which you can set up that faces you while you're playing your game to capture facial reactions, to play games with, I don't know, a lot of things. And you could, stream these games instantly to your friend group. You could also just kind of chat together. They're really leaning into a social component here. Obviously, you could like mute yourself. There's like a dedicated kind of chat button now on the Joy-Con and the Pro Controller that helps kind of facilitate the chat functionality. So you can push the chat button on the controller and mute yourself, or share your screen, or stop your stream, or turn off your camera. All this really, really interesting stuff. It's cool that they're actually putting in a dedicated button for, like chat. So that not only is the chat new, they're kind of going all in on the whole chat idea. So I'm into it. I mean, Discord is obviously king, and a lot of consoles have really moved towards just integrating Discord into like PlayStation 5 or Xbox. Not Nintendo, obviously. You're going to have to use their own chat system. And it's going to be a little kooky and weird. But honestly, I'm not playing a lot of Switch games to play with my friends online. So it was never really a big priority anyway. It's just nice now that we got something built out to talk to our friends while playing a Nintendo console. And I think honestly they show like families playing this together, and like honestly my parents play some video games. If they had a Switch at the house and they had a camera, that'd be pretty lit. I got a sister and brother-in-law in Oregon. If they had a camera and we were playing Switch games together, that could be pretty lit. Then I wasn't going to use Discord to talk to those people when I played Mario Party with them anyway. So now it's going to create connecting with friends and family who are trying to play more family-oriented games. It makes a little bit of sense, is what I'm trying to say, guys. I think we got a lot of doubters, but that's okay. I think we'll see how it goes, and I bet you it'll be like a little bit more fun and useful than we are giving it credit for now. We also have I'm going to switch over here to the new Switch 2 editions of games. We're getting a Mario Party Jamboree Switch 2 edition, which has full capabilities when it comes to using the actual camera, the Switch 2 camera. This looks like a lot of fun, not going to lie. I'm going to be very excited to play that one on the Switch 2. And then we also, guys, this is exactly what we wanted as well. We have Switch 2 editions of Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, which is super dope. I think these look incredible. It's enhanced graphics and frame rate. It just looks incredible. Like, I'm now going to play Breath of the Wild again, and I'm now going to play Tears of the Kingdom again, and they're going to have HDR capability and better frame rate, and it's going to be playable on a larger screen in handheld mode. I just am super, super, super stoked on that one. We're also getting Kirby and the Forgotten Land Switch 2 edition. I don't really care about that one. We actually reviewed that game for the podcast. It's pretty mid, but I'm sure there's people that will have a good time with that game. The other thing is Elden Ring is coming over to Switch 2, and I'll probably play it again on Switch 2. That'd be pretty cool. They did have a moment where they showed off Hades. Hades is coming to Switch 2. Street Fighter 6 is coming to Switch 2 with Amiibo. I kind of want the Amiibo. I don't think I'll buy this on Switch 2, but I think I will buy a Jamie Amiibo because, I mean, hell yeah, that's so sick. So great, honestly, great job all around, guys. I'm loving everything that's happening here so far. Let's see. We got a bunch. I mean, they showed a bunch of stuff. They showed Split Fiction. They showed Hitman. They showed some RPGs. They showed Yakuza. We have a brand new Hyrule Warriors coming out. Not a big fan of that series, if you can call it a whole series. But I'm sure there's some Dynasty Warriors / Nintendo fans who are going to be a big fan of the Hyrule Warriors stuff. The next thing that they announced, which I'm super stoked for, is the Nintendo GameCube emulator for Switch 2. So Nintendo has like always done a decent job of allowing you to play older Nintendo console emulation on Switch. Over the years, it's gotten a little bit better. Some of the emulation is not great. Some of the emulation is pretty good. But we are getting a Nintendo Switch emulator on Switch 2 built into the platform. And some of the games we'll be able to play off the bat are Soul Calibur 2 and Wind Waker and F-Zero GX. F-Zero GX is not that great of a game. Soul Calibur 2 is pretty fun, but I don't know how well it is aged. I also don't know if it's really as playable as it once was from back in the day. I'm sure there's a lot of broken stuff in it. But Wind Waker, I will definitely be playing Wind Waker on my Nintendo Switch 2. I am super stoked about that. So basically, at launch, not at launch, but the Switch is launching in June, and then the Zelda Enhanced Editions are coming out in July. I will be playing 3 different Zelda games this summer on my Nintendo Switch 2, so I could not be more stoked about that. There also is this Nintendo GameCube Switch controller, which I thought was a really nice touch. A Nintendo GameCube controller for Switch. I mean, I'm getting that. I'm for sure getting that. The GameCube controller is peak controller. So we're going to go with that. Civ 7, 2K, you got Final Fantasy 7 Remake. You got a lot of really good stuff. And then you had about a 3-second clip in a montage for Hollow Knight Silksong. Like, that was hilarious. And it says Hollow Knight Silksong 2025 in the actual trailer. We'll see. We'll see if it comes out this year. We've gotten teased on that kind of thing before. That's why I call it a soft confirm. But look, Hollow Knight was mentioned. I'm not mad. We'll see how it goes. The next thing is there's a trailer of a new FromSoft game called The Duskbloods, which is a Nintendo Switch 2 exclusive FromSoft game, which I cannot believe I'm even saying those words. That's unbelievable to say. Like, a Nintendo Switch 2 exclusive game. Like, that's not a Nintendo game. That's not like Zelda. That's not Mario. I think this is actually kind of sick. I will definitely be playing this game. I'm a little underwhelmed with the visuals. It kind of looks like a Bloodborne. It looks really similar to a Bloodborne, and I think we all kind of get the FromSoft shtick at this point with like insanely hard, like really cool voiceover lines over like really interesting environments and characters. This one did feel a little FromSoft caricature-y to me, although there did seem like there was some interesting things going on with the aesthetic and some of the creative choices in whatever the hell is going on in this game. But we'll just have to see some gameplay before I really make a good call on this one. I'm sure it's going to be sick. It's a FromSoft game. Every FromSoft game rules. Everything they release is awesome. So, you know, I'm excited for this one. I just cannot believe that we're getting a FromSoft exclusive on a Nintendo console. It's pretty wild. So that was kind of a big capper right there. Then we got an announcement for Kirby Air Ride on Switch 2, a remake of Kirby Air Ride, which I gotta say I'm pretty excited for. I loved that game on the Nintendo GameCube. And then we got a trailer for a new AAA Donkey Kong game called Donkey Kong Bonanza. So this looks like a really interesting, like, level-based environmental destruction collectathon game. I love Donkey Kong, any Donkey Kong game. So this looks really interesting, and I will play this. So, oh yeah, and then we also, I skipped over it. We are getting a Switch 2 release of Metroid Prime 4. So I'm really happy because the Metroid Prime 4 stuff so far had looked like kind of booty. So I'm excited that we are now going to get a Switch 2 edition, so it's not going to look bad. It actually looks kind of good. And then finally, guys, the release date, June 5th. Okay, and the price, $450 I'm not sure if that was confirmed or if that is just the big rumor right now, but $450 for the console. Rumors that Mario Kart is going to cost $80 as well. So guys, we're just officially out of the era where stuff isn't expensive. I mean, look, a Nintendo console is about to be $450. That's a lot. That's a lot of money for a lot of us. A Nintendo game, Mario Kart, on day one release, is going to be $80 with Mario Kart World. Look, so people are going to be dropping 550, mid 500s just to kind of get off the ground with the new Nintendo console. And guys, this is the reality of the situation. Video games have been at the $60 price point for a long, long time. This was bound to happen. We've talked about it on this podcast. I'm not defending like the raising prices of the world, but obviously Nintendo is not going to sell something at a loss. They're going to have to sell something at a profit because they are a business, right? So that's the situation that we're in right now. It's $450 for a very strong console, a console that's, look, the last Switch 300, it lasted me 7 years, right? So I'm going to get a lot of bang for my buck when I do pre-order and buy the Switch 2 this summer. And June is in 2 months, guys. June is literally 2 months away. I cannot believe that they were even able to hold on to all this information for this long. This is pretty wild. But there's so much. There's new game. There's kind of classics that you could be playing on this. There's new games that are just going to be exclusively on Switch 2. There's new capabilities with the hardware. I pretty much liked everything about this whole entire Direct. And yeah, I was just looking through, like, we were having a really great conversation in the Discord, and it looks like Riley was really excited about, let's see. Riley says, I'm not big on the mouse controls, but I applaud them trying to innovate and try new things while not letting those innovations mandatory to use aside from the niche titles. That's right. Matty Boy, a.k.a. Zulu, saying, really stoked about the GameCube emulator. GameCube emulator, I think everybody was hyped for. And they also showed Super Mario Strikers on the emulator, which I know the boys are about to get super hyped on. Matty Boy also said he needed Mario Baseball on the emulator. I'm with you there. Online Mario Baseball for the GameCube on Switch 2 would hit pretty hard. Yeah, so I think everyone's pretty stoked. I think Mickey was really excited about Silk Song. I'm really excited about Silk Song, and it's kind of been a meme for a long time, but we're there. So yeah, guys, look, I'm excited about this. I will be pre-ordering this like now, and I will be there on June 5th receiving this station and playing Mario Kart. And in July, I will be playing my brand new enhanced editions for Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. This is gearing up to be a really awesome summer. So thank you, everybody. This has been Lucas with TFP Instant Reactions for the Nintendo Switch 2 announcements, and we'll catch you next time.
Hey there, I'm Hugh from Poderation. If you like today's episode, why not check out The Next Session, your D&D agony aunts there to answer all of your questions. Join Adam and Alyssa as they answer questions sent in by listeners like you about how to solve the problems that come with running and playing in all sorts of different tabletop scenarios. Available wherever you get your podcast.